Hello, ladies and gentlemen. This is Eddie Marcus once again. And I want to take this moment to speak to anybody that will listen to me. It is by my evaluation, and perhaps my evaluation alone, in observing humankind and its response to itself and the outcome, the effect within itself, the cancers that it causes, the sicknesses and the diseases that it causes, which to anybody like me appears to be something that needs to be fixed. Make a long story short, ladies and gentlemen, this is what I want to say to every Italian, wherever you are. I want to say to every African, wherever you are. I want to say to every Hispanic, wherever you are. I want to say to every Jew, wherever you are. I want to say to every black, wherever you are. I want to say to every white, wherever you are. And I want to say to every man, wherever you are. I want to say to every woman, wherever you are. I want to say to every old person, wherever you are. And I want to say to every young person, wherever you are. There's a God. And when I say a God, I'm talking about a power that you can't see. I'm standing on the earth that power is responsible for being here. I'm speaking through a machine that power is responsible for its existence here today to you by the power that we can't see. I'm here to tell you that we are not alone. There is one power, and that is the power that is responsible for all existence. And everybody else has to drive or draw from that power. It is the responsibility of every individual on the earth, according to my evaluation, to draw from that power. And that power, my friends, is a power of love. That power will guide you and lead you down a path that will answer every last one of your prayers by showing you the role that you play in the process. And rather than magic happening for you, it will happen within and through you. For this heaven that you pray for, you will create by your own hands with that power of love that you're praying to coming alive in you. You see, ladies and gentlemen, what I'm basically saying is this. That power responsible for your being here knows and made it so that every last one of you, every last one of us require food for continued existence. That power prepared that food would be made available to each and every last one of us, and that none of us would ever have to be hungry. Why? Because he made us, gave us that need. Why would you give us a need and not gonna meet it? Nah, that power. But in order for that to happen, when there was just one of us, we had to be responsible for everything. When there were a few more of us, then our responsibilities were lessened just a little bit. And on the norm, our other total responsibilities were increased just a little bit. And when there were 300 million of us, our responsibilities were still there. But my friend, the key, and this is what I want you to know about the key of doing it God's way. Knowing that every last one of you need food, preparing that food would be available on this earth, putting that need in each and every last one of you. And since each and every last one of you would benefit from food, then each and every last one of you play a part in the process of producing food. Now, do you get that? Everybody needs food. So this is just an example. Everybody needs food. So everybody play a part in the process of creating all of the various kinds of foods that we have on the earth. Everybody play a process in that. Now, having played a process in that production, then you know that all food that exists on the earth belongs to who? All of you who put your hands together, put your minds together, put your skills together, and produced it. It belongs to you. For what? So you can eat. When? Whenever you want to. Hey, that's what you do it for. Ain't no money involved, nothing involved, but satisfying a hunger. Satisfying a hunger. And the role that you play in is uniquely wonderful because it gives you your greatest joy. And so there is an abundance of food. Now, ladies and gentlemen, I said that for food, but that's the same analogy that I would use for housing. The same thing. It's the same process. I would say the same thing when it comes down to education. I would say the same thing when it comes down to health care. I would say the same thing. Now, that doesn't mean that each individual plays a part in the food, the clothes, the shelter. No, it doesn't mean that at all. It means that whatever level your dream falls in, whether it's in food production, whether it's in housing, whether it's in education, whether it's in healthcare, whatever it is, there's the role that you play in that process of causing a manifestation of all these wonderful things. You, my friends, every last one of you, every last one of you. Now, here again, that makes all of the people of the earth who benefit from all of the resources of the earth, who play a part in the production and creation of all of the resources of the earth, now have access to all of the resources of the earth because they played a part in the production thereof. They are part owners, and so they access it as they desire. Why were they able to do that? Because they listened to a power outside of themselves. They listened to a power of God, experienced through a spirit of love that has generated something special in each of them that determines and depicts the difference between that which is love and that which is not. For love, my friends, considers the individual, what is special to you, what is important to you, why it's important to you. And by doing this, significantly identifies that same love for the whole entire human race. For the whole entire human race. That defines which is divine. And you don't need money, you don't need lying, cheating, and debt, and all that stuff. All of that comes as a result of people who have, for whatever reason, no knowledge of God. And even those who have a knowledge of God doesn't have this kind of knowledge of God. The knowledge of God that they have allows them to accept the evil world that they live in, as we're doing today. People love God, honestly, according to what they understand that to mean. But it makes them be okay as a Republican, makes them be okay as a Democrat, makes them be okay as a conservative or a liberal, makes them be okay as a racist, makes them be okay with people suffering as long as some got. So people see God like this over in the world today. They don't see God as I just explained God to you, but I'm telling every last one of you right now, this is the way it's supposed to be. Now you say, well, we're living in a world like this over here. How do we get like this? How do we move from a world of evil like we see in America and the rest of the world? How do we move from a world like that to a world of peace and prosperity and freedom and joy and the fulfillment of dreams? You got to want it. You got to want it so bad you can see it. And once you can see it, you can see the ugliness of the world that you're in today. And you can reject the world that you're in today by turning your back on it and refusing to be obedient to it, by refusing to give it any of your power, turning your back on it. Now, I want you to know one thing. Remember this. God is love, and God is life. Remember that. God is love, and God is life. Now, let me tell you about evil. Evil is selfish. And evil is death. Now, what I just said to you, if you reject evil and you don't have enough power for evil to stand down, I mean, when I say that, I mean evil still got enough support for the population to still run over and manipulate and abuse people. Evil will kill you. Evil will literally assassinate you. So what would God want you to do? God would want you to be you. That's what God would want you to do. But what is the greatest way you can please God? By being you. Now, some have said to lay down your life for what is right. That's what they say Jesus did. That's what Gandhi did. That's what Malcolm X did. That's what Dr. Martin Luther King did. That's what so many of the individuals that we don't even know of have done, put their life down. I tell you one thing, that is the way you turn your back on evil. When you turn your back on evil, that means that you really won't have access to food, clothing, and shelter, education, any of that stuff unless somebody just give it to you, like somebody give you a handout. If you don't have a handout, you won't have it. Now, they got people who go along with the system who are living in poverty. And you don't even go along with the system, you can't get benefits. Why? Because you don't agree with the system. So what you do is you stand up and you advocate for the true system. You advocate for the system of love, even though you have to suffer, even though you don't have money to buy your babies diapers or milk. Even you still have to turn your back on the system. If the only way you can get that is by saying, okay, I have to give in to the devil, then that choice is yours. But God, my friends, wouldn't give in. Or love will not give in. Why won't love give in? Because love, my friends, is the author of life. And if you exist today by life, and someone who wants to kill you because you want to walk according to, and you have made the choice to walk according to the path that leads to life, and they want to kill you for that, what do you think love will do for you? I'm going to tell you what it will do for you. At the moment that you take your last breath, it will be waking up in a new beginning from a nightmare. From a nightmare. Now, where you will be and what you do, I don't know. But it will be perfect because it will be that which you created. You created in your heart, you created in your mind, you created in your spirit. And it is evidenced by the way you treated one another. It's evidenced how you submitted yourself to doing righteousness. It is evidenced by how you turn your back on evil and resisted evil. That is you. That is, heaven is within. That is you creating and maintaining that heaven. And as soon as evil try to take you out, it releases you from the hell that you're in. It releases you from the nightmare, and it awakens you to the beautiful. I hope it's beautiful now. You better think about it if you still got some time on this earth, what you're really doing. Because it can be beautiful. And then you can waken up to that whole world that you created. But you can't even see it, but there it is. So I'm saying this to you. Everybody trying to get on the bandwagon of where things work for you, and as soon as it works for you, then you're ready to take that side, even though that side means that another side exists, which got people existing the same way that you're running from. And now, because you are protected from that for a moment, you are giving power to the existence, the continued existence of the pain and suffering of others. That makes you no better than Donald Trump. That's why you're voting for Donald Trump. And the rest of you who didn't vote for Donald Trump, you're not standing up for the beauty of life for everybody. The truth of the matter of it is this: Donald Trump exists because of your power. Your power. And it's no different. It's just saying, okay, we'll go along with it. And that's why America is where it is today. And that's why I'm standing here telling you that there is another alternative. There is another alternative. Don't be putting it off. Today you see what the message of George Floyd's murder. You've seen the message of Black Lives Matter. You've seen the message of the hatred that exists in America. You've seen all of that. And you see America, and the world sees America, and we've seen the rest of the world, and all of us are corrupt. All of us are no good. So I'm calling people all over the world to play a part, to know that every last one of you play a part in the existence of all things that exist. And that if every last one of you play a part in it, or if you're not, make sure that everybody gets a chance to play a part in it. And let it be a career of their own choosing. And as they play a part in it, then they are part owners of all that exists. And they are to access it as they have a desire to do so. And they don't owe anybody anything but their commitment to service in the process of the production thereof. And they will find that amongst their friends and neighbors and everybody else that exists on the earth, there will be peace and harmony and love and joy. I'm telling you this, take it to heed. Until next time, Eddie Marcus say, goodbye.